It's an Idaho mystery. Where is Jean-Pierre Boesflug? The man who developed Tamarack Resort has not been seen of or heard of since he failed to appear in Idaho court 5 years ago. Tamarack was going to be the next big thing in the ski industry, but after a fast start, a slow economy forced the man known as JP to simply disappear, leaving Tamarack to fend for itself. 5 years later, I wanted to know, where is Jean-Pierre? There was plenty to celebrate on that December day in 2004. North America's first ski resort in over 20 years opened its doors and turned on its lifts.
And all the people who have to make a living in Valley County.
Developer Jean-Pierre Boesflug was ecstatic about Tamarack's future. He believed a four-season resort with first-class amenities would entice hundreds of potential homeowners to spend millions on beautiful lots overlooking Lake Cascade. But things turned sour on JP.
I have no kind words to have for Jean-Pierre. He left a lot of people hurting, including us.
Rod Walsh was one of the first homeowners to buy into JP's dream, but ended up losing over $1 million on his investment. Walsh remembers a particular moment that, quite frankly, caught him a little off guard.
He got that $250 million loan from Credit Suisse, and even kind of bragged to me a little bit about how it's amazing they gave it to me, and with not many strings attached. He was like giddy, like a kid in a candy store type giddy, and that concerned me.
As it did for Bill Sirocco, who, like Walsh, lost millions in a place he loved.
Hang on 1 second, Don.
Fond memories of Tamarack still surround Sirocco, including the New York Times he's kept all these years with the headline, "Ski Resorts on the Rise."
There is something uniquely special about that place, irrespective of the disaster of what ended up happening with JP's effort to develop it.
Bill and Rod would welcome the opportunity to tell Jean-Pierre how they feel, but Mr. Boesflug disappeared in 2011 after failing to appear in court to disclose Tamarack's financial record. Many point to his native France.
If someone really wants to disappear, they can do it.
Former CIA operative Robert Kalish, who now runs a private investigative firm, has his theories on what JP may have done.
What you would typically want to do, though, is go somewhere where no one would think you would be. So you want to go the opposite place. Maybe he wants to go to Guatemala instead, or something like that. You'd want to pick a location where people aren't going to look. If they think he's in France or Belgium, he shouldn't want to be there.
If Bill Sirocco was guessing,
he's got to be somewhere in France, because were he any place else, he'd stick out like a sore thumb.
everything that Jean-Pierre and the early investors envisioned for this ski resort are still here. A beautiful ski mountain with an even better view. What's not a good view is what's left behind from the darker days at Tamarack. This unfinished ski village that's been empty for years. But like a prized fighter on the ropes.
Don, have you ever seen Rocky?
Too many times.
We're Rocky. And yeah, we've come out strong. You know, we've been knocked down, we've been up against the ropes, but we're going to win.
Over the last 18 months, an ownership group got back to 7-day operations and invested in snowmaking and brought lodging under its control.
The best part about this is that the people who love the resort now control its future.
Something Jean-Pierre can no longer say. So who knows? I did speak with an attorney who knows JP quite well.
Okay.
And he didn't say where he was, but he said he could speak to him about this story, saying that maybe I'll have Jean-Pierre call you. Of course, we're still waiting. And if he does, you'll be the first to know.
Fascinating.
But Tamarack is flourishing again.
It's going to be fun to see what's happening this winter. Exactly, that they've made it work because of those homeowners.
Yes.